welcome everyone. Time for some drawing fun. I've got a good drawing for you today, and let's get started. So I'm going to start this very lightly with a foreshortened circle, an oval, and I'm going to put another one here. Now we can later erase these ovals, or they get absorbed into the drawing. So either way, it doesn't matter. And here we go. So the next move is to put this, and I'm not going above that guideline. You can if you're going to erase, but I'm just putting this jagged edge, and here I'm not going below it. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So what we have is a broken egg. And let's just fill this in. You can see how that oval I initially put in just gets absorbed right into the drawing. But if you want to erase it, you can. That's entirely up to you. Filling this in, and I want this at the bottom here to be darker, because it's going to get darker the closer we get into the bottom of the half of eggshell. Notice also, as I darken this line really now becomes an edge. Anytime in your drawings you can turn a line and make it look like an edge, it gives your drawing a little bit more three-dimensional pop. Let me do this right over here to get this done. And I hope you're experimenting. Cross-hatching, squiggly lines. There's so many ways that you can shade things. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I want it to be darker towards the bottom of the eggshell. Or half an egg. Yeah, it's good. So we're going to put some form shadows on this. So my light is generally coming from above. And as we've talked about, the darkest part of the drawing is not towards the edge like you would think, but it's really closer. It's a little more, I don't want to say towards the center, but the edge is actually lightens up. It's not white. And that's called reflective light. Well, might as well, as long as I'm here. Let's put a cast shadow. Again, I'm able to eliminate the line that was here, and now it's absorbed and it looks more like an edge. So let's do the same thing over here. cast shadow. I know I pointed this out to you before, but cast shadows, the dark area of your drawing, is really what introduces light into your drawing. Okay, let's have a little drip of something coming off of this. Maybe there's a little puddle. And a few little fragments of the eggshell with a cast shadow. Put some over here. Okay, just a few little details. So now here is the egg. I find it interesting that people can't determine if eggs are good for you or bad for you. I like to eat them, and I feel fine, but depending on who you talk to, eggs are either a superfood full of nutrition, or they're full of cholesterol. It clogs up your heart. I don't know what to believe. And we're going to get a cast shadow from this. Very good. So the lines closest to me, I'm just going to thicken them. And this will give the egg whites just a little bit thicker. But the ones away from, we'll keep that a thinner line. All right. To me, there's something about life or death, life and death in this drawing. You've got death and you've got life. So we got this nice spot here. So let's practice drawing an egg. And those of you who really want to up your game, you cannot practice drawing an egg enough. We'll put one up here too. So we have some overlapping going on here. There are egg shapes abounding in nature, especially in the human figure and in the face. So you have nothing to draw? Draw a dozen eggs. In fact, take a few eggs out of the refrigerator, put them on a white piece of paper, and draw them. Excellent practice. Not only for your shading, white objects in particular have reflective light, and it sort of gives your drawing a bit of a glow. And reflective light is always there, not always, it depends on. If this were a black surface, there would probably not be any reflective light, but generally there is reflective light, and it gives your drawings just a sense of realism. You may never have noticed reflective light before, but pay attention and you'll see it's there. And when you incorporate it in your drawings, it just gives it a sense of believability. People may not be able to say, oh, your drawing looks so realistic because of that reflective light you put on. They just go, I don't know what it is about your drawing. It looks so realistic. almost done. But I want to do one more thing. Now we can put a horizon line. You can angle it. I'm going to leave it plain. If you want to leave it plain, you may. But you also may want to experiment with horizon lines and see how an angled line right there changes the dynamic of the drawing. So I want to do a little blending with this drawing. This is something you can get at an art store, and it's called a blending pencil, and it's really designed for colored pencils, and it's amazing. You can also use it with a pencil drawing as well, and it's basically a hard plastic. So I've shown you those blending stumps, and they work great, but so do these. These work really well, and these are inexpensive. They're maybe $1.50. It just really helps you to kind of blend and make even the shading that you've done. I really believe these 3D drawings that we do are really helpful. There's no pressure that we're really trying to make a finished piece of artwork, although you can take any of these drawings that we've done and make it into a beautiful finished piece of artwork. But it gives you the opportunity to practice. That is what's going to make you a better artist. Not so much coming up with wonderful, brilliant, creative ideas, although I do hope that happens for you. It's practice, practice, practice. Just like with exercise, you want to see results, you got to be consistent. Work at it if you can every day, if possible. If you can do that, even if it's just 5 minutes. Keep a sketchbook. Write down ideas, funny lines, phone numbers. Fill up your sketchbook. Write a poem. We are done. There you go, everyone. Broken egg. Thank you. Have a great day.